So I think we're live. No real introduction. No 1, 2, 3.
Hello, welcome to Talking Orangutans.
Welcome. So I'm not going to really introduce you. Just the best introduction I can give you is that whenever I play five-a-side or any game of football, this is the first guy I choose to play with, or I want to be in his team.
That's high praise.
So that is Mr. Andrè Lombaard.
Oh.
And he's a massive Arsenal fan.
Unfortunately.
So am I, unfortunately.
Here we sit.
So
Vaping.
I thought we're going to do a Premier League review or preview, but this is probably just going to be a big psychology session. How to cope being an Arsenal football fan, which is probably the most difficult thing in the world to be.
Yeah, but we've got good practice because it hasn't been easy much.
Yeah, this last 15 years.
Yeah. Is
What?
it 15 now?
Dude, it's round about that. When did Andrè leave?
When I was
2006?
still in school, basically. Yeah, the fuck, I know.
Dude, so I'm just basically going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Mm.
And we've got Mr. Jones also sending in some
Yeah.
some
Mr.
questions.
Jones.
But yeah, I actually have some crypt notes. This is the first time I actually prepared.
How's it?
Yeah, where I actually put some questions. Who's taking the Premier League this year?
City.
Sure?
No, you can never be sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
I don't put money on things because then, like, if I put money on City, someone else is going to win.
Okay, so let's put money on City.
Okay.
Would you mind City winning?
No,
Why not?
because we're not good enough to beat them.
Who would you like to win other than Arsenal? And we have
Liverpool.
to be... Yeah? Dig
Yeah.
'em?
Yeah, man. My father's a big Liverpool fan, so I went to watch a game there. It was fucking just.
What, at Anfield?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mal.
Which game?
Liverpool Southampton last year.
Like
Sat
a-
in the cup,
Is it?
fucking jazzed.
Like a game though.
Yeah, 3-0, thumped them.
Cool. I checked Liverpool Man City before Man City was...
Man City,
Yeah, they were in
Man
the run.
Shitty, back in the day.
I think it was 2010, so it was just prior to them actually getting
Yeah.
there. But super cool game. I went to Emirates, fucking terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were there.
I was there.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
but no atmosphere.
Well, compared to fucking other shit. Like, I went to Anfield before I went to fucking Emirates.
And
And I cried like a little bitch. I was there with my whole family. I'm all fucking hell. Like, they're singing You'll Never Walk Alone before the game. I'm making a video crying and laughing at myself. And I turn around and I see my brother, Man U fan, crying his fucking eyes out. My pops and my mom like off because, like, they can't stop crying.
no
My
way.
sister's crying. Everyone was crying. Went to the Emirates. It was cool because we won. But it would have been pretty cock. And they saved me, like, in the last minutes. We scored 2 goals against Watford in the last 5 minutes.
When was this? Last year?
Yeah.
So
About a week
in-
later. A week
Okay.
after the Anfield game, yeah.
But which stadium did you enjoy more?
Anfield, bro.
Is it?
Yeah. There's no comparison.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I went with a lifelong Liverpool supporter to Anfield. We were working together, and then I told him, but it's such a different experience. He's like, yeah, but Arsenal's got all these rich people that support them, and rich people generally are not as...
Sort of
It's more like...
hooligan. Yeah. Queen's Club vibe.
Where I saw at the Emirates, I saw some of the traveling Man City fans, and I was like, dude, those guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah, always. It's like I went and watched a couple other games as well. I sat with like the away fans. I went to watch a game at Millwall with the Fulham fans.
What?
Yeah, the new den, and we sat with the Fulham fans. It was like a Carabao Cup game or some shit. So we weren't gonna get
Same
stabbed.
holiday.
Yeah, we weren't gonna get stabbed after the game or anything. You know, like Millwall fans didn't even give a shit. But it was so much gear sitting with the away fans because they, you know, they go for it. Even the Watford fans, when I went to the Emirates, they had more gears than the fucking Arsenal fans. You know.
Yeah, it's just super disappointing, man. And they repeat the same song over and over at the Emirates. I'm like, come on, guys, where's the like? And what I loved about Anfield is the seating. I don't know if it was the same with you, but like everyone sits, and then as soon as something happens, like everyone jumps up, and then all the seats go like,
Yeah, and you can't actually sit. When you sat, did you actually sit? That
Yeah.
stadium's so fucking old. you got to sit sideways.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you can't sit forward. It's
Yeah,
you've
I
got
don't know.
Front seats in your knees.
It's like kissing a goal for the first time. Like, I was just so caught up in the whole moment. I was like, Jesus.
That was cool. Yeah, it's mad. You don't give a fuck that you can't sit comfortably. Like,
No, man.
There's enough shit happening that people are standing up every 5 minutes anyway, so it's gears.
Andy Carroll scored 2 goals. Andy Carroll still played for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Fucking. What do you think of him?
Well, he's on the comeback now. He's gone back to Newcastle, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Quite excited to see that, because that's where he actually played fucking football.
Yeah.
He had one, like, half a season where he went ballistic and then got signed for ridiculous money to Liverpool, and then whether it was injuries or just actual lack of talent.
Yep. So who do you want to take it other than City? Liverpool. And who's going to be top 6? Where do you think? Who's going to finish where? And where's Arsenal going to finish?
City, Spurs, Liverpool, Man U, and then Arsenal, Chelsea. Maybe a sneaky. We got to see who's doing well this year. You know, there's always that best of the rest motherfucker that could sneak into.
See, no way Arsenal is top 4.
No, I don't think so, man. Fuck, I don't think so.
And you think Tottenham
but I also maybe just don't think so, because I'm so used to not getting my fucking hopes up with these nasty bastards.
Let's just begin the season with we'll finish top 6.
It can't disappoint me if I think lowly enough of them. You know, that's the life of fucking Arsenal. If you want to live happy.
Yeah.
You asked me earlier, how do you do it as an Arsenal fan? Like, that's how you fucking do it. Just have no expectations, and then they can surprise you. And then be like, oh my God.
As long as we're not relegated, like, anything's a positive this year.
I don't know. It might not be the worst thing.
So you think Tottenham goes above Liverpool?
Possibly, because they've actually signed people in their stadium. Like, they've kept the same. They haven't lost anyone.
Yeah.
Like, that really fucking runs the show there. So I think if they can keep their guys fit, they've added to their attack. I don't know if that was fucking necessary, but they have.
Yeah.
And, like, if they can keep their oaks fit for a whole season, then...
I think because Kane got an injury towards the end of last year, and I was like, shit, if we don't have him...
Oh, and they didn't have depth.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't sign anyone the previous season. They basically stayed in the same place. Like, you know, when everyone else was signing people and moving forward, Spurs didn't do any business because they were still building the stadium, so they didn't have fucking money, but they still managed to maintain the level that they played at. Whereas now, with a couple of extra legs towards the end of the season, they might not fade like they did.
Yeah.
They might actually push on to challenge with whoever else is up there.
And then Liverpool, and then United. You really think United will do that well?
Yeah, unfortunately. Fuck, I hate them. Yes, all of them. Fucking hate them.
Dude, I like one of my all-time favorite players is Roy Keane.
Yeah, likewise.
But
my brother's hero. I read his fucking autobiography. He's a legend.
But I don't
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, but I don't like Man United.
No, but he's not there anymore.
Yeah. And like the other one is Jaap Stam.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch his highlights, you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And Cantona, bro.
Jesus.
I actually didn't give a fuck. Now look at the guys that don't give a fuck there. Pogba. It's like...
Because that is actually one of my questions. What do you think of Pogba?
Well, look at that fucking ball he played for Rashford's second goal on the weekend. Like, I mean, that's... It wasn't quite inside of the foot, outside of the foot. It was like just... And pinpoint. Not a... And then he's just a douche. Remember that penalty he took last year?
Oh, yeah, with the 34 steps or something.
I mean, and then he missed. Fuck off, man. He's just a fucking... He wants attention. Get out of here, man.
But it is amazing.
Yeah, of course. But it's horrible that kind of talent's got to come with that arrogance, you know? You need a certain amount of arrogance in order to sort of achieve or to believe in yourself enough to or reach those levels, I reckon. But eventually it becomes sort of a piss take and it's all about him.
Yeah, similar to Neymar. It's like, fuck, you're amazing, but... You're such a dick.
Yeah, but like Ronaldo's got the right level of arrogance, right? Like that's the level of arrogance you need. Like he was probably not initially the most naturally gifted footballer like Messi is, but he works himself in his choppies to the point where You know, he is ultimate
Yeah.
and everything. And that took a bit of arrogance, and I personally think he's a dick, but I fucking take my hat off to him.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
done it. I'm a Messi fan myself,
Yeah.
because he's humble and all that shit. No, fuck. Pogba. Cheers, pal.
Because I actually, one of the questions is, are you Messi or Ronaldo? And I hated Ronaldo when he was at United. Like, I literally, it was the worst footballer for me to watch when he was at United. But then once he transitioned to Madrid, something happened.
Ascended.
Yeah. But also some sense of maturity.
Yeah.
I think also you got to lead the team. So then suddenly you can't just be like doing this crazy shit. And then it's weird where my hatred developed into respect.
Yes.
Because you just got to respect how hard that guy works.
Because
man.
you know how much you hated him, and yet now you admire him.
Yeah.
So that just brings this respect for winning me over when I thought you couldn't have.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same.
He looks like fucking Bruce Lee, man, with all those little muscles and shit everywhere.
We should get a celebrity death match. Bruce Lee versus Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo fucking leg kicks Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And but Messi, you're definitely a Messi as opposed to Ronaldo.
Yeah, man. I think so.
Naturally,
I mean,
just better.
I think Ronaldo's all round like a better footballer, but like when Messi does shit, that's mal shit.
And I think also if you like, if you judge them based on what their peers say, like I remember watching this thing with Thierry Henry, and he's fucking amazing. And like if the way he talks about Messi, you're like, okay, nobody talks about Ronaldo like that. Nobody. I haven't heard.
He's like that awkward. He's that awkward guy in the team where it's like, Jesus, bro. Like, how did you get here? And then you see him when you leave training. He's still standing there, fucking running himself in his choppies and like fucking. And he's like, what a fucking weirdo. And then it's Kef when he scores you goals and wins you trophies and shit. But probably not gonna go have a dop with him afterwards.
No, you're gonna have a vegan salad with him.
Maybe not even that, you know, because it takes a while to eat those and prepare them. Nobody wants to spend that much time with Ronaldo.
I saw Sergio Ramos is chilling with him in. Dude, I saw this picture.
Birds of a feather, bro.
Dude, both of them chilling in this weird fucking speedos on a yacht. Ronaldo and Ramos. I'm like, Jesus, you really got to. I don't know.
I'm not even shocked.
Anya says the whole time, like, it's still funny for her that everyone's surprised when she says that Ronaldo's gay. It's the only guy, I've never seen someone so obsessed with what they look like, the way they dress, everything. Anyway, I don't want to go into that route.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
Can of worms.
Yeah, definitely. Arsenal, top 5, top 6, top 4. Realistically, top number 6.
I think we'll be there or thereabouts with a shot for top 4 at the end, and then somehow we'll crumble. We'll have to face some tough objective like Crystal Palace or some cuck, you know, something really hard.
Because we fucked up last year.
Yeah, man.
I remember, like,
before we went to Spurs.
Yeah, we had a good run, and then suddenly I think it was just same with Liverpool. They just fucked it, I think in February, like a bunch of draws. And all the other teams are just clapping it.
There's no room for error with the team like City, because it's like, fuck, how many games did they lose?
Not much.
1.
I think they had 99 points or what.
Fuck it, but they lost 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
Right, and if they're only going to lose 1 or 2 games, then you can't draw games, because they're probably not drawing many games. You know, if they're only losing 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, there's no room for error, and Liverpool did pretty much everything that they fucking could do.
Yeah.
And hoping for results to go their way. I mean, Company basically won the league with that strike.
Jesus.
Like, that's from there somewhere. Here comes we deep. And you just go, Pah. And everyone's like, don't shoot. And you're like, fuck you, I took it from the depths. And then, yes, screamer. There's the league.
And do you rate him as a player?
Oh, of course, man. Must. It's that type of leader and that type of hard oak that we lack Like, there's no fighting spirit, and I've always believed in having like maybe like an English defender, like a centre back from England,
or like a Maguire type of guy,
like that. Somebody who's you know, they it's that old school fight, and that it's not always pretty. John Terry, fucking, you know, it wasn't always pretty, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I mean, when last did we have an English defender that could do? We got fucking Callum Chambers. He doesn't look like he has much fight in him.
Isn't he Welsh?
No, well, fuck, he should be. You know?
I think it's because he looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Somebody's always got
Gordon Ramsay,
one of those old school defenders there.
Why the fuck did Ramsay leave? Money.
I'm very bleak about that. Not everybody gave that oak so much stick and shit. No, fuck, I would have left too if I got treated the way he did by the fans. Like, everybody fucking hated on that
Why?
guy. Because
he's
had
like a
injuries.
consistent performer this last 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, but consistently average. Never really reached that peak he did before he got fucked up. Like, I mean, remember, he was scoring these screamers and shit, and then he got injured again. And when he came back, it just wasn't that Rambo again. Then every time he got injured, you were hoping, maybe they've tweaked him back into form, you know? Like, but no, never really got there again. But I still value him as for his mind on the field. Like,
Aaron Ramsey. Let me just put it
I'm
out
bleak,
there.
bro.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's there's a lot of players that can fuck off.
Shit.
But he was
Bring
one.
Freddie Lombaard back, bro. He's sitting on the bench. He looks fucking ready to play,
dude. But him, I'm like super bleak. I actually got a list here of the dudes, and I'm like, what a shitty team. So anyone can go to Arsenal.com first team players. Fucking Leno.
Well, I think we need to give that guy time. He's a very good shot stopper and shit, but I mean, he's also got a very cut defense in front of him. A back four / back five in front of him that is fucking useless, has been for a while. So, I mean, you can only put so much blame on a guy like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, you look at Man U and how they were fucking struggling, but De Gea was, you know, when Man U was struggling really hard, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, and De Gea was the best fucking keeper in the world.
Yeah.
Because he kept getting peppered.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Leno probably hasn't seen the same sort of response from
people.
I
don't think he's that bad. I'll probably give him like a 7 out of 10 overall.
Yeah, and I dig him. He's German, bro.
What's the guy's Chesney? What did you think of that fuck?
Fuck, I hated that guy, bro. I hated him.
Dude,
I'm glad he's doing well. Wait, Juve, he's still at Juve.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah,
we have backup keeper Martinez or Martinez.
Emilio Martinez.
And then Matt Macy. Fuck him. I don't know anything about them.
You may see him, you may not.
Bellerin?
Fucking hell. That he had so much promise, but I think he's more worried about his hair and other shit than football. Really.
I think he practices his sprints and not his fucking kicking.
Yeah, man. There was a time where he was like, this guy's going to be one of the best right backs, and then it just went to shit.
Barcelona is on the lookout, and he's going to really develop, and then...
Yeah. Typical. I mean...
It's almost like a Jack Wilshere.
It's happened, like, bro, you can go through, like...
It's just
30, 40 Arsenal previous
and
Arsenal
it's like
plateau and no.
But Jack Wilshere is also one of those guys. He for me, he's got a lot of talent, but his body's just not designed. Almost like Michael Owen.
His football style isn't designed.
No,
because he holds onto the ball too long.
Yeah,
and he always took that extra touch and then Oaks fucking clean him out.
Yeah.
And he fucks his ankles up. And then they tell him, they try and coach it out of him. But you can't coach that shit out of a guy.
No.
He wants to get fucking nailed.
Yeah.
He thinks he can handle it because he thinks he's hardcore, but he's a little bitch. So, good luck, Jack.
Where's he now?
Fuck, not West Ham?
West Ham.
Maybe, I don't know. He was on loan there, wasn't he?
Something like that. Do you know Kieran Tierney or Tierney?
Yeah, what, Celtic's left back?
Is that the new guy that's come in?
Oh, that's the guy we signed.
Do you know anything about him?
Just saw a couple of screamers that he scored. Like, I
yeah,
mean, I've heard his name.
Defender.
I've been
like, can he clean out anyone?
Can you defend?
Yeah.
No, but I can score a goal from my own half.
It's like,
How often do you do that?
Get to
Once a year?
Let's segue into that, because I'm like, Jesus, we need like a Harry Maguire type of something.
Yeah.
And they get fucking David
Sideshow
Luiz.
Bob.
And I'm like, Jesus,
We've
dude.
already got a sideshow Bob. Fucking Gendouzi. Now we're going to have two fuckers like looking for Bart Simpson on the field. Like, I'm going to kill that guy.
So what's your opinion about this David Luiz shit?
Ach, bro, he like that, bro. That's fucking Squadron Mustafi. Sometimes he can do good shit, but 90% of the time he does cuck.
Yeah.
David Luiz is a bit more consistently decent.
Yeah.
And I do rate him, and I've hated him previously while playing against him because he's been doing his job well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he can fucking do it for us. But also, lost corp around, like...
I don't know, man. I feel for him in the, like, prior to the World Cup. What's the small tournament they do, like, the year before the World Cup happens? The
Confederations Cup. Yeah.
I remember watching that, and he cleared this ball off the line, which is like one of those, from a geometry standpoint, is like impossible. And like he's got these games where I'm like,
That's it, hot and cold, bro.
yeah. What's his center? His partner is Thiago Silva
For Brazil.
for Brazil,
Yeah.
where that guy's like top class. I'm
Yeah.
like, him and David Luiz, amazing. And then you watch him in the World Cup semi-final, where it's like, oh, you're a fucking striker suddenly, midfielder, like, and he just loses his head, man.
This guy's Chris Holden on the drill. Bro. I'm striking now.
So I don't know, man. So it's like, I'm sure we're going to get an extra 10 goals this season with him, or extra
Not a
5
fuck,
goals,
bro.
because he's
Not-
going to be
no ways.
in the box the whole time.
Yep.
And we're going to get an extra 20 goals against us because of that.
No. Fuck.
What's your opinion of Mertesacker?
Old Urtesacker, the old fucking Erting
Dude, like him and Mustafi, and then like, World Cup winners. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus, like, please don't use
Okay,
that when you talk about them.
But I can understand maybe from a mental and sort of controlling and organizing a back four perspective in Mertesacker's case, because
Yeah.
he was like that kind of general, but generally just really cock, you know, fucking
I
run
rem-
out of it.
Dude, I hated like a year or two ago playing FIFA.
Yeah.
And you play with Arsenal. First thing I do is I take
Take-
Mertesacker out, because I think his speed was like 35 or something,
12,
man.
yeah.
And like
12 and a
everyone
half,
just
0.6.
runs around him. I'm like, fuck.
And you shouldn't be able to because he's got long legs.
Dude, and then there's sometimes in FIFA where I'm like, he's super tall, and then some short fuck jumps over
Yeah,
him and scores a header against
It's
you.
about timing, bro. It's like I timed it better than you. It's like, fuck off.
Mustafi?
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be quite good 2 years ago.
Moes hy gespeel het nie.
Fucking Socrates?
I think he's got potential. Like if he's got someone solid next to him, I think he can be okay. Like
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like he's got the fight and the
Yeah.
whatever. Like probably not the most mobile oak on the planet.
No.
But like
But he'll never be more than an 8 out of 10 defender. He'll never
probably not. Like, but you never know. And you can, if you get the right oak next to that guy and they form a proper partnership, then he could become that. You know,
Yeah.
like at least for a fucking season or two, so we don't play like dog shit like we always do.
Holding?
I think I went to watch that game at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Like that was just before he got injured last season, and he was the best player on the pitch. I watched him play.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Mr. Nachos Monreal.
Nacho! I don't hate him, mate. He can defend and he can attack, and he's got gees, bro.
He's got
Look at
spirit.
him. He's got gees, and that's enough for me. Like if you know how to defend, which he does, he
Yeah.
doesn't have all the pace in the world. And going forward, he's done us a bunch of favors,
Yeah.
scoring goals in crucial times or creating goals at crucial times. But you know, like there must be someone else there as well.
Yeah.
It can't just be him.
I never liked the guy, but I think this last few seasons, like, he's consistent.
Yeah.
He does the basics.
It's more than you can say for
Yeah.
90% of the
And I'm
fucking
like,
team.
he does the basics, and I think also, like, your fullbacks or your right back, left back, they've got to attack sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the fuck up is they lose the ball, and then they have a bunch of dicks defending, and then you get goals, but he's out of position because he attacks. I think a lot of
Fucking
times,
Granit Xhaka trying to play a role that he's not meant to.
dude, we'll get
And
to
he's
him.
supposed to
but
fall into that, Joel, and I'm sorry. But you're saying what was Mertesacker speed? You say 34.
34.
What's Xhaka's speed in fucking FIFA?
I
these
don't
days,
know,
bro?
dude. I think I played one game with him, like Ultimate Team. I actually bought a whole Arsenal squad, and I couldn't play. I was like, fucking sold all the guys.
None of our holding mids or deep lying midfielders are fast enough to catch anyone. Like fucking Guendouzi's he's a slow motherfucker as well. Like,
Yeah.
You look at those guys that are, the Kante, and he's fast, man. That
Dude.
motherfucker is fast. Like he gets back when he's out of position. These
Yeah.
Oaks, the moment you're past them, you can just like do it at a canter.
Yeah.
Wait for your fucking fast wingers to catch up to you because this slow ass motherfucker ain't gonna catch you. Yes.
Dude, like when United bought Matic, like if we could have bought him back
why didn't we?
at that time.
Why didn't we? Who did we buy? Granit Xhaka.
I think he scored one fucking screamer with his left foot in some like European Cup or something, and everyone got caught up with he's going to be amazing. And I'm like, Jesus, you get guys that can score goals, but
the reason he's shit is because he's playing a role that he's not supposed to play. He's not supposed to be that ball-winning midfielder because clearly he can't fucking do it. He doesn't know how to do it. You need someone next to him that's going to do that job, that frees him up to be the ball player that he is.
Yeah.
But now even that's gone to shit because he's trying to do a job that he's not used to doing. Like, I mean, if he knows somebody else is doing that job, he does spray a pass well when he's not trying to do other shit. Fuck.
But can't you, I don't know, man. I would love to speak to someone at that level because I'm like, can you really not change that mentality, that style, that strategy, that principles within the player? Like, are they that fucking terrible that they can't stick to a game plan?
Yeah, but
because Arsenal, they'll play fucking amazing 89 minutes. There's that 1 minute where suddenly, and it's not just one defender, like somehow the whole team
panic
just
stations, man. Goes tits up. Everyone's fucking like fucking Godzilla's running around, and then go.
Because you know who we got when the United bought Matic? Fucking El Nene.
Yeah, there we go. El Nene. That's when we still had like Coquelin.
So Mustafi, Callum Chambers.
I think he leave him in the squad. Fuck, loan him out again. God.
I think he's a good squad player.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna play the Carabao Cup and it's a fucking retarded team, or you play FA Cup, like whatever.
Probably a bit of a utility oak as well. I mean, he played most of the games midfield last season for who the fuck did we loan him out to?
Jesus, David Luiz. I don't even want to talk about that. What's this guy? Mavropanos?
Yeah, he's a defender as well. He hasn't played enough, bro. He looks like a solid
so where did
unit.
he come in?
I don't know. Maybe he must have been there most of last season.
Kolasinac?
Fuck, bro. I just love that he fucking pushed the guys that try to mug him and Ozil, bro.
Yes.
He's a beast, bro. But, like, also, going forward, okay.
Yeah.
Or, like, decent. His decision-making in that last third went to shit. He should just put his foot through a ball more often because, when he kicks it, it stays hit. But defensively, I think he's probably lacking.
Because I think he's
playing against weaker teams. I think you're fine.
I think his debut, he scored this awesome header from a corner or something. And everyone was like fucking beast running in. And I'm like... And I also got caught up because he looks tough.
Yeah.
But I'm
Those
like...
Oaks that mugged them, what the fuck were you thinking? Bro? Did you take a look?
But did you check? I think someone broke into Ozil's house last week.
But isn't this that whole thing?
No, it's still like they didn't play this weekend.
More people.
Like I think it's a whole gang-related thing. I don't know what.
Maybe Ozil just looks like a victim.
He doesn't look like, I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't trust him if I did business with him.
That's enough RP, bro.
I don't know, man. Kolasinac again, like, how many defenders can you say they can score a goal, but can they actually just stop the ball from going into their own goal?
Yeah, and that's probably issue number one.
And they're a bunch of short motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, Kolasinac isn't That's
He's not that tall, dude.
No, but he's a beast.
Yeah, but fuck. If Peter Crouch jumps over him.
Peter Crouch jumps over everyone.
Dude, midfielders, El Dene.
Is he still there?
He's still there.
No, bro. Put that oak in a sarcophagus.
Send him back to Egypt.
Yeah, put him in a
He's not
pyramid.
bad, but I'm like, he can go play for Everton or Bournemouth or one of those teams. Like,
No, he's not even like good to bring on in the 85th minute because that's enough time for him to fuck some shit up and we lose the game.
Mkhitaryan?
Bro, that's such a sad jewel that guy can be magic and then sometimes shit works for him, sometimes shit doesn't work for him. It was the same when he was at United. Like, he's just too hot and cold. I don't know.
Yeah. Just doesn't gel
I
for
think
some
Jurgen
reason.
Klopp got the best out of that oak and then
Was he a Dortmund guy?
I think so.
Hmm.
Isn't that where he was maybe before he went to United?
Yeah, I can't remember.
And he was
actually.
on fire there. He killed
Yeah.
it. He killed it fucking hard there. Now he's...
When United got him, I was like, fuck, can you believe it? And then, so who did we swap for him? Sanchez.
That's a great deal.
What's your opinion of Sanchez?
I don't have one anymore because he doesn't play for my team. I don't care. I just laugh when I hear his name. I'm very glad he doesn't play for my team anymore.
I loved him at one point. I was like, at least this guy's got a bit of fight. Like, we all lie and fucking get walk over.
Oh, well,
and he got a bit of fight in him. But then that last season, I'm like...
I mean, I skittered as hard as anyone when he scored screamers for us when it was necessary and whatnot. But I still always hated how long he held onto a ball. And it was always the same shit. Like, how many times did you see him hit the byline? Never, bro. Take an oak on, beat him, and then hit, check back, stupid little dink over. Sometimes it worked, but like 90% of the time it's like, they know you're going to do it, idiot.
It's a
Do something else.
L1 triangle, or he doesn't have the X button within his brain. So you're happy he's gone?
Yes.
Ceballos?
Fuck, bro. I watched a couple of highlights of him. Is that the Real Madrid oak we learned, huh?
I don't know. New guy. I don't know.
I think that's that. Yeah.
So
He
we'll
came on
see.
for a couple of minutes on the weekend.
Ozil?
You can get out.
Yeah, I think... I just think that... I think the whole argument with him is his wages are too high. You can't get rid of him. I can't believe...
Why are we talking about his wages if the guy can't even fucking play football anymore? Like... You shouldn't be discussing your wages unless it's a fucking paid drop until you start performing the way you were performing when we paid for you.
So first season, great.
Oh man, he's magic, but then I don't know. He's like Khafi de Toy back in the day. Bro.
Yes,
He's a
yes.
fucking
Yes,
confidence fucking kicker.
Look at
man,
this
bro.
comparison.
Yeah, bro. Like when Khafi was confident, he was not cock.
Dude,
and then
he'll kick a 70-yard goal, like a penalty.
what
I don't know,
happens
man.
when he's got no confidence? Fuck all, bro.
I don't know, man. I think we have a whole list of hot and cold players. Like, where's Mr. Consistency?
No.
Like, we need at least 4 of those fucks.
I wouldn't even mind somebody who was consistently cuck, you know. Like even Xhaka has a good game every now and then.
Torreira,
Fucking magic.
love him.
Keep him happy, bro. Put him on the field. Fuck. That is my favorite Arsenal player.
Is it?
Yeah, bro.
Why?
Because look at him. He does the job we need to be done. He's running around. He's winning the ball. He's breaking shit up. He needs to be next to that fucking mindless shit. You know, like we need Torreira on the field.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the field all the time because he
looks
wants to be on the field.
Super
all the time.
amped.
And he just wants to win the ball, and he gets forward sometimes as well. And man,
He's a feisty little fucker.
Exactly, bro. You were talking about Roy Keane earlier. Like that's exactly what he was. Like they told him he'll never play professional football because he's too small. Like, oh, you fucking kidding me, conscious? And he fucking ran in there and kicked everyone in their choppies. Played for Man U. Like that's Torreira's like that, man. He's my favorite.
Dig him. I dig this guy. I think he's got potential. Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, that ball that he played in. He looks. It's weird because I was watching that game and like in the beginning it looked almost like he was too nonchalant on the ball and he was almost always getting caught on the ball. But then he nips it out of the way. But he's gonna get hurt like that. That's how Jack Wilshere always gets hurt. And shit, you know. So maybe a little more urgency and less nonchalance, and he'll actually pull that shit off with ease.
Maturity.
You know? Yeah. So hopefully he doesn't break his legs before he gets there.
Yeah, I think he's got the intelligence, he's got the skills, he's just fucking do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, leave the pretty shit for...
I like him.
Yeah, I think he's got potential. It's just got to be managed. There's Reece Nelson.
He's been around for a while. I mean, he's been sort of on the outskirts, but it looks like he's going to get a bit more game time now.
Yeah,
I mean, team
I don't know, man. If I look at the squad,
shot.
Joe Willock.
Well, look, you see, these are all, it's names, but you've seen them playing Carabao Cup games and stuff, but they didn't really score hat-tricks there, did they? So, I mean...
Matteo Gendouzi.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob number 2.
I don't know, man.
Bro, everybody's raving about this oak. I don't know why. Like, you can see he's got the talent, but he's a clumsy bastard, bro. That guy's going to get sent off, like, every third game if he keeps playing like he did.
Like I like that he's keen, he's amped, but I'm like, come on.
But then he's also keen and amped. And
David Luiz
you can't really get there, so you end up just fouling at oak, you know, like... And it's not sustainable, because if we play against some team who's, like, really good at scoring set-piece goals and he keeps giving fouls away... We're going to cuck.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, we don't have very tall guys at the back. Murty's not there anymore.
Dude, if anyone is actually watching this shit on Arsenal.com, like this guy, Emil Smith Rowe or Rao.
Yeah.
Dude, look at his picture. Mr. Donny Depressive,
yes, he doesn't look very happy. Dude, it's probably because he's got an Arsenal shirt on.
Do you know anything about him?
I've heard the name. I've probably seen him play in Carabao Cup games, but no, don't show me that face.
Mr. Granite. How do you say his surname? Chaka.
Did you ever watch, what was that? Lost fucking... What was that one with Will Ferrell? He made that movie, Land of the Lost.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Did you ever see that? There was this little sort of half monkey, half human running around. His name was Chaka. And he was a fucking brainless retard, and that's how you pronounce that name. Chaka.
I would free transfer that guy.
Yeah.
Just take him.
Pay someone to take him.
Yeah.
Pay someone who's like almost on the verge of like liquidation. Just pay them a whole bunch of money and give them Granit Xhaka.
Just take him. Dude, this one. I can't believe we got this one, Lacazette.
Yeah.
I thought we were quite lucky to get him.
Look how much GS he's got, bro. He works on the pitch. He's always running. He's always fighting. He's
super amped.
Yeah.
But they are, I don't know what it is, like...
he's not always getting the
balls.
The ball.
I think that's it. Because I've seen some of his technique, and it's very nice. But I would like him to score more goals, but I think it's because he doesn't get the balls, or when he gets the balls, it's not early enough. It's not from the right angles.
Talking about the balls like the minerals, or like actual service of the balls.
Aubameyang,
yeah, man, keep scoring goals. He's got a better goal scorer, but he's probably 6th on the list of, because he's now played his 50th game. He scored 33 goals in his first 50 games. And I mean, there's only about 5 or 6 Oaks in the league history that's done better than that. So
I dig this guy. I rate him.
It's like
really.
two or three better than Henry.
Yeah,
you know,
he's got a similar style a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think
fucking amped work.
Yeah, but I don't think he's as well rounded as the theorem of Henry was.
No. But I do like this guy. I think he's also in my top 3 Arsenal players. Super keen, super amped.
Out of the ones we've mentioned so far, like Torreira, Lacazette, Aubameyang.
Because you'll give him one chance sometimes, and he'll take that one chance.
Yeah,
he's fast enough. He's agile enough.
He is dead. He's deadly in front of goal. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's see. Do you know anything about Nicolas Pepe from Ivory Coast?
I don't know anything.
We spent a fuckload of money on him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see what happens, bro. Like, I have no opinion.
He looks very serious. Do you know William Saliba?
I also don't know much.
Oh,
I don't know much.
These guys are on loan, so fuck them. I don't know, dude.
They signed that guy and loaned him straight back to someone.
Dude, I'm always thinking in FIFA terms. I'm like, that's a 4-star team.
But I mean, what did you think of that starting lineup? Let me ask you a question.
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know much,
You know what's
but I know I love you.
the worst for me is when I meet people and we start talking about football, and I'm like, oh, which club do you support? And then inevitably they're like, oh, who do you support? And I'm like, it's such an awkward question for me.
I almost don't want to answer it. It's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I just love football, man.
Yeah.
I just really love football.
I'm a neutral. Why are you wearing that jersey, asshole?
So anyway, man, that's the fucking 4-star squad. Do you know who's going to get relegated this year? You don't give a fuck about that.
I suppose it's a bit early to say. No.
But I quite dig that sometimes. It's watching the bottom 5, 6, 7 teams. I find that super interesting.
I think looking at the side we fielded this last weekend and Newcastle not beating us, I think that's a bad sign for them.
Yeah.
Because they've also spent a bit of money. But they did look like they had potential to do shit. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they're going to come up short, bro.
I think
And
they
it's
will.
cuck because I like having them in the league.
Yeah. No, I think
should
they
be there.
definitely they've got to be there. It's almost like a Valencia of,
Yeah.
you know, they used to be good, but you can't imagine them being relegated, which they nearly did. I think when Gary Neville went to go.
It's like
fuck
when
around.
Villa got relegated, or when Newcastle got relegated the first time, we were shocked.
Yeah.
And it happened a couple of times after that.
And I think the relegation type of stuff, I was lucky enough to live in London for 4 years, and I met people that are massive Fulham supporters. And it was like when I grew up watching football, it was always like you want to support like the big team.
Yeah.
But it was quite cool to see how these guys are like, fuck, if we can finish 10th, we'll be super happy.
Yeah.
So it's cool to go to England and see like the ambition of the guys and that. So now it's also like quite cool. Like, okay, where's Everton going to finish?
Yeah.
Like, where's...
Because I went with the Fulham fans to watch that Millwall game. And they gears. They've got so much gears.
Yeah.
And their stadium is cool. Like I drove past their stadium as
Which
well.
one? Craven? No, not Craven Cottage.
Fulham is Craven Cottage.
Is it?
The one, it's on the fucking Thames. It's like right, yeah.
It's quite a
Very small.
cute little intimate,
It is.
beautiful, nice look, views.
Mm.
Stamford Bridge are terribly ugly when I walk past that place.
I never went there.
Then,
They stab us there.
isn't that in Fulham Road?
They can
Dude,
stab me anyway.
one of the scary, not scariest moments, but I lived in SW, Southwest London. So I climbed onto the district line, and it was just after Ancelotti was still coaching back then at Chelsea. Dude, I climbed onto the train, and I can't remember. I think it was Earl's Court or something like. Oh, I can't remember which one. Dude, all these Chelsea people climb on, but rough motherfuckers. And I just stood in the back there. I was like, don't make eye contact.
I shouldn't have
And I was
worn
like-
my Arsenal scarf today.
But they're not so bad.
Yeah, man.
But I'm just like, do I have anything on, on me that might?
Yeah, that very sad and depressed look that sort of floats through your daily life. It's inexplicable, but it's because you're an Arsenal fan.
Unai Emery.
Oh, no, Emery. No, I'm hopeful, bro. I'm hopeful. Like, his first proper season in charge, he's not done any worse than Wenger.
Yeah.
After inheriting his shitty team. Now he's had like a full transfer window to actually do something. I don't know if he's done the right things. Like, I mean, all the defenders we bought in the last seconds. I don't know if they only realized then, oh shit, this was they got all excited and started signing exciting players, but forgot what the real fucking problem is, that we can't defend.
Yeah.
And then we're like, let's try and solve and plug these holes. But
I think we were lucky to get him. I think I can't believe that anyone was like, fuck, I want to go coach at Arsenal. Like, I'm sure it's like, as a coach, I'll be super keen to take over from Wenger. But like, okay, if you get to the third or fourth interview or something and they start showing you the books and the players, you'll be like, Jesus Christ, this is a mess. Like, what am I inheriting? Like, it's almost like David Moyes. Like, it's just a fucking shit job to
no
take
chance.
over. But I think we were lucky to get him, but I'm just like, you got to probably give this guy 3 years before you can really judge him.
But I mean, I don't know if you ever watched that Arsenal fan TV with the guys that rant and stuff.
Yeah.
After we got thumped 4-0 by Liverpool, That was like 2 years ago, probably. And that bald guy with the tats that's always
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
that,
yeah,
that
yeah,
rant
yeah.
that he has, bro. You know, and he's going on about like Wenger, and I reckon he's deliberately sabotaging it. So that when the next guy comes in, you know,
Yeah.
it's such an impossible job. And he was like, well, I told you it wasn't fucking easy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Could have been.
But are you the same? Wenger is fantastic. He just should have fucked off 6
That
years
guy,
ago.
That guy bled Arsenal. He knows nothing else. I don't think he has anything else in his life at that point other than Arsenal. Everything. I don't think he was married anymore. I don't think if he ever had kids, I don't know if they ever loved him. You know, we didn't properly. But I think all he cared about was Arsenal, and to a point where it became detrimental to the actual club's well-being.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to leave. But was he still the right man for the job? Probably not.
So
But I
whose
still
fault was
like-
it?
Fuck,
Krumko.
man.
Should he fired him earlier?
No, I don't know. I don't think you blame anyone. You just feel sorry for yourself because you still support the club. And I love Wenger. Always will.
But he stayed 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6 seasons.
Yeah,
Too
maybe
long.
even more than that. Too long. But I still respect him.
But at which it's like the same with like what's the Mike Ashley from Newcastle? At which
Yeah.
point do you blame the coach and the owner?
Well, if the coach changes every season, you can't blame the coach. Then it's definitely the owner.
But do you think Wenger was like, we don't have the funds, we're not going to buy players, we're going to get rid of... You remember, I think it was when I was in England, like they fucking sold Van Persie, Nasri, like they just cliche, they got rid of all these guys changed and they won a fucking medal somewhere.
Yeah.
But was that his decision to fund the new stadium?
Yeah, probably.
Or was that told-
He's got a degree in economics and fucking 8 languages and whatnot. You know, like, I mean, he was always running a business.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he was very good at one point running a business and managing a football team.
Yeah.
And eventually the managing of the football team and adapting and learning how to cope with new football styles went
Yeah.
to shit.
Mm.
Whereas his managing of the club and the finances sort of stayed where it was. Like they didn't continue to grow.
Yeah.
You know, his knowledge.
I just don't understand what the one, like I was always a Wenger supporter, like pretty much to the end, but one thing that I don't understand is why he never took players back into coaching positions. Like if you look at other clubs, they love to like get players back and try to keep them in coaching positions. Like how the fuck did they not keep Tony Adams into a coaching role? And
He should have been the first one.
And they
Brought in Steve Bold, but I
Yeah.
mean, it was too little too late, I reckon. He's now working with the youth. And they
Yeah.
brought Freddie Lundberg up into his position. I'll tell you where all our cock started, bro. Gary Lewin. Gary Lewin was our team physio back in the fucking day. And the last time we won a trophy, or like the Premier League trophy, after that season, Gary Lewin took the England job. And his fucking mindless nitwit cousin Colin Lewin took the job. And since then, it's been nothing but injuries and fucking half fit players and cuck. Fucking Gary Lewin, we're coming for you, you bastard.
the Opus.
Yopus, Gary Lewin. Abandoned.
So, I don't know. Individual players, we went through that. What are we missing?
What are we
Fucking-
missing?
Like
A spine. A backbone.
identity,
Yeah. But
leaders.
leaders, man. Like when we used to win shit, we had Patrick Vieira and fucking Tony Adams, Oaks that had gees and they were fighters and they didn't, you know.
Have you seen that
they wanted
documentary Vieira Keen where they interview each other?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Your top 3 Arsenal players ever?
Ever.
Top 5?
I would say Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Robert Perez, and then
Tony Adams.
do you have to pick a defender?
Emmanuel Petit?
No. Maybe like Ian Wright, maybe.
Dude, I saw some highlights of him yesterday. Fuck, when he was in his prime, he could score a goal, man.
Are we missing someone here? Those are
Some quality players.
yeah, those were my favorites.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm definitely a striker supporter, but Vieira, love him, dig his style. That's also the right amount of arrogance.
Yeah.
Like that perfect balance between arrogance and confidence. And you gotta. I love captains that get the odd red card.
Yeah,
Same as Steven Gerrard.
Shows that
just fucking
you're
go
willing
in there
to-
a little bit.
sometimes you gotta fucking get your oaks to wake the fuck up, with a little slag challenge.
Which team do you dislike the most in the Premier League?
Like to play against or just as a team?
Just as a team, what they
Man
represent. Fucking bastards. I don't know why.
Was that even a real question? Or is there anyone else?
I don't know how fucked up it is of me to enjoy their decline, but I actually got to a point. I got to a point where I'm like, okay.
The only reason I ever held back is because there's one Man United fan in this world that I can tolerate because
And?
he's the most humble. It's my brother Nico.
Okay.
He's the most humble and like, he's never like throwing it in your face if his team wins or anything ever. Sympathizes and he's the only one that I hold back on Man United fans for, is because.
But I really like Nico, but if he likes United, does that mean that I don't know something about him? There's something
I think
dodgy
he
about
picked
him.
that shit before he knew what he was doing, bro. And then
Okay.
he's just loyal. So loyalty's got him to where he is.
I can
now.
understand why people like United, like especially if you grew up the. Let me just hold on. I think there's a editing thing that I'm going to have to do there. I don't know, man.
I'll tell you how I became an Arsenal fan.
Hmm?
So, first ever like game we got on a PC back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Man United football. It was Nico's birthday. He gets this game on the computer. So obviously it's called Man United football. That's when he still had like Lee Sharp and fucking Bruce and all those names.
Keown and all of those guys.
So he was before those, and he's obviously now Man United, and I'm like, oh yes, Kif, I also want to be Man United. I was like, no, you can't pick my team. You're not allowed to pick Man United. So I was like, well, what do I do? And he was like, pick one from the list, fucking alphabetically. Unlucky, bro, Arsenal. There you go. That's 5 years old. I picked Arsenal, and I've been an Arsenal supporter since then.
I think
Because I wasn't allowed to pick Man United. Another reason I love my brother.
yeah, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
I think I weirdly liked Arsenal because they were sponsored by Sega.
Okay, not a bad reason.
So, and then my first hi-fi I bought, I think it was a Sharp, and I think they were also sponsored by them. So I think those two brands, it just
They
made
were
it.
dick a video game, bro.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Dreamcast kit as well.
Yeah. So, other than United, who you dislike? Chelsea, Tottenham. You're not so big. I'm not against Tottenham.
I've had a lot of hate
Chelsea.
over the years for Chelsea, especially when Mourinho's been there, because that's probably
You don't like the guy.
in world football that I hate the most with a passion.
Why?
Look at him. Look at him. Listen to him.
He's now on Sky Sport as a pundit.
Why?
They want to get his opinion on shit.
Whatever. I hate that fucking guy, right? I hate him. And I hated losing to Chelsea, where Didier Drogba took us for a chop 100 times.
But he was
yeah,
super good.
I fucking admire him now for
Drogba chest
how
control.
he took us for a chop. But I learned to hate Chelsea because we couldn't beat them for so long. After actually being the more dominant London side. Spurs, I've missed St. Tottenham's day.
Yeah.
But I tell you, with all honesty, I'm probably more fond of their team and their manager than I am of my own team.
Yeah,
my
I love
own
their manager.
Like Pochettino's, he's class.
Yeah.
And
What's their Korean guy? Sung.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that guy. I think he's great. Lucas Moura, the way he was playing in the Champions League
Heung-min
semi-final.
Son is fucking. He's my
Kane,
favorite.
I think Kane is unbelievable. So there's a few guys there that I really rate.
Most of their squad is.
But I don't dislike Tottenham. I don't dislike Chelsea. I just never liked Chelsea. I just never liked teams that spend a lot of money. And you know what irritates me with like this financial fair play? Fucking Old Trafford was built like, let's say 100 years ago. They've had this unfair advantage of having more income at the gate for the last fucking 100 years. So how do you compete with that? But I just never like clubs that buy. But I do respect Chelsea a lot. Like, fuck, what they've done this last 10 years. But I don't know, like, even with FIFA, I can never play with them.
They weren't allowed to sign anyone now, like, because of the regulations and stuff, you know.
But you know what's fucked up is that City did exactly the same, but they're not getting banned because they were cooperating in this whole thing. And I'm like,
I don't know what the rules
dodgy,
are
dude.
surrounding that shit. I have no idea. But it's pretty to watch that football that they make. Man City.
Dude, they are playing amazing football.
Man, it's great.
Players you dislike?
In my team, personally? Or
No. In other teams.
There's too many, bro.
For example, like cringing watching Ronaldo play in the old days. Is there anyone else? Pogba?
Jorginho right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking guy. What's he doing on a football pitch, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know why Frank Lampard's stuck with that oak. Like, why did N'Golo Kante not play against Man? Because he was still returning from AFCON? Like, why are you resting that oak? Clearly, he doesn't need a rest. Look how he runs.
Yeah.
Fucking 4 days, bro. It's like...
But I think Jorginho, they just brought him in a season ago, so they...
But because he was part of the Surrey plan, bro. Like, that was Surrey's man...
Yeah. I think
through and through, but like he's like Xhaka, bro.
Yeah.
Like Xhaka. Jorginho is Chelsea's Xhaka. 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't really
dislike too many players.
Dislike Pogba, bro. I dislike Sanchez. Dislike is maybe not a strong enough
think,
word.
dude, the other question I want to ask you, what's this deal with Gareth Bale at the moment? Like, do you have an opinion on this whole shit?
Yeah, I have an opinion. He's a stupid idiot. Like, he's been raking in so much money for the last... When did he leave Tottenham?
6-7 seasons
right?
ago?
How long has he been earning so much money?
Yeah.
Now, he's not happy at this club. They don't really want him there. But he's not willing to take a little pay cut for the last, 3 or 4 years of his fucking career.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of a pay cut and go play fucking football somewhere.
Yeah.
Does he not want to play football anymore? But, like, why do you want more money? Surely you're earning enough money.
But do you think that's exactly what it is? Do you think it
it's
comes
money.
down to money?
Must be, bro. If you're not willing to, like, no other club can pay his fucking wages.
But
why not go back to Spurs?
Where do you think
because
he should
they can't play go to Spurs, bro.
Do you think he should go to Spurs?
Should have gone to Man U, should have gone to Spurs, whatever. Take a massive fucking pay cut and come play football again, bro. And make shit happen for the last couple of years of your career. Like, if it becomes about money, then fuck you. Then I'm glad you're not on a football pitch. Like,
do you rate him as a player?
Yeah, of course. How can you not?
What do you think went wrong with Zidane and Bale?
Fuck knows. Who knows, bro? That's in a changing room. He looked at his fucking boyfriend the wrong way or whatever. Facts.
Because Madrid's weird like that. Like, even Ronaldo. Like, love him, hate him, the fans. You know what was one of the worst things? Like, whenever I get sad or spiteful when I leave a company after a very long time and they don't really say thank you, I always look at Casillas the way he left. And I'm like, if this fucking guy can dedicate his whole life for a club, win everything he's won, and that's the type of goodbye that he gets, I'm like, I can't really complain about anything. But Madrid's is a weird place, man. I used to be a Barca guy when Ronaldinho was there. So that's my favorite player of all time. So I was a Barca guy, but then I did change over to Madrid at some point. I don't know why. And there's something that I struggle with Barcelona. I don't know what it is. I feel like they're all on roids.
Barcelona?
Yeah.
Those klein mannetjies, bro. They're all up, yeah. Like, it must be like in NZT or some mind-altering drug, but not like roids. That's Real Madrid.
No, I know, but I think Madrid is on steroids and Barca is on EPO.
On what?
EPO.
Oh, yeah.
What the cyclists are taking. Dude, I can't believe that we're not getting more drug busts. Like, performance enhancing drugs in football. It's crazy for me. Like, I watch UFC. I'm a huge UFC and MMA fan, and those guys get tested like fucking crazy. And Tour de France. But these footballers are making way more money than those
guys. Are they
guys.
not getting tested?
Yeah, but they can't get tested that strictly. If you look at how many cyclists and fighters are getting busted.
And athletes and whatever.
So how the fuck can footballers not get busted? Like, you can't tell me that none of them are on PEDs. It's just weird. He's not that big though. Like, if you look at that video of him running off.
You should see him with his shirt off. It's quite a thing. Get a little wet.
I don't know.
Should we stay on topic, please?
Yeah, no, well, if you want to talk about this guy without his shirt, then we can probably go there. Your favorite player at the moment in football?
Probably. Ooh, that's a tough one. Maybe it'll be between like Eden Hazard.
Dude, that guy's quality. But I don't know. There's something about him that I don't like either. Maybe because he played for Chelsea.
No, because he takes the piss out of Arsenal whenever he gets a chance, and he's fucking right, and it's funny, and he looks like a Geersoek, and it's horrible.
A couple of seasons ago, it was Kevin De Bruyne. That was my favorite player.
There we go, bro. There we go. Look no further. That's my favorite player.
But again, injuries.
Doesn't matter, man.
But I'm probably
Santi Cazorla. That's the biggest heartbreak of my life.
Is that one of your favorite Arsenal players as well?
Who did I say fifth last time? Fuck off. Santi Cazorla's in there. Ambidextrous, just glorious. I cried, eh? It's like a little bitch again. I cry a lot. I watched, where is he? Villarreal or Valencia?
Valencia or Villarreal.
Yeah, it's one of those. And it was last year. And I was randomly just like flipping through channels, and I saw there was a La Liga game or something on, and I flipped over there, and he was standing under the fucking board coming on as a sub for like the last 5 minutes. I watched the last 5 minutes of that game just to see Santi running around with a ball. Really. That is the biggest hit we took.
With his injury.
Yeah, bro. And that guy's class. Through and through.
Yeah.
Just
and that's the one thing.
Never had the legs, but I had both of them.
I just respect Arsenal for, I think they kept him on for 2 years and paid his salary and tried to like recover him, and then they let him go. It wasn't just
they
like
almost amputated one of his like legs or some shit at one point, you know. Like
super serious.
It was bad, you know.
And he's, I think when they unveiled him at the other club, he was in this tube with the gas, and then like the gas went away, and he stood there with that smile of his.
Didn't have to be a very big tube.
No, definitely not. Favorite players of all time, all clubs, all nationalities. I said Ronaldinho. That's a guy I loved watching play in his prime. His prime was just a couple of years because he likes partying too much.
Must be Henri Bergkamp. I loved. Now I've got to think about other clubs, players that I love. Steven Gerrard. Love Steven Gerrard. Frank Lampard. Fatty. Ate all the pies.
Did you like him?
Didn't like him, bro, but how can you
quality.
hate what he's done, you know, as a footballer? Rio Ferdinand, strangely enough.
You like? I dislike that guy.
I hated him with a passion, but I mean, I'm just talking people who are now that they're not doing it to me anymore. I'm you know, more inclined to
watching him
on.
I think he's on BBC Sport as a pundit, and I started liking him. But when he played, I was like, what a dick.
What's his name that played for fucking Sunderland or Southampton, scored all those goals? He looked like a bell ringer, basically, bro. Most unorthodox.
What, in the 90s?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like this
lanky,
French name.
Lanky dude.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh my god, how we forget it. Anyway, carry on with that.
Yeah. Dude, I was also quite a big original Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Brazilian Ronaldo. I was quite a big fan of his.
Kaká was always kept.
He was quality. I don't know what happened to him, man. When he went to Madrid, everything changed.
No, he still played more.
Yeah, but he won.
I think eventually he went to like play in America as well.
Yeah, but he was AC Milan, got Ballon d'Or or FIFA Player of the World, and then he went to Madrid, and then
Kaka.
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 Kaka. Do you play FIFA?
Not anymore. I haven't got a console anymore, bro. But I mean, whenever somebody whips out the FIFA, you know.
Are you one of those guys that wants to break the controller and the television?
Only if I play with Arsenal. Otherwise, I don't really care.
Favorite coach at the moment?
The Poch. Maurizio Pochettino, probably, I would say.
I also dig Simeone, just because he's
Yeah.
super amped.
Yeah. I like Eddie Howe and what he's done.
What's the Burnley guy, Sean Dyche?
Yeah, fucking love that. Love him. So nice.
Yeah.
In their voice. I like him.
But Guardiola is just amazing.
But you can't fault him. He's... What can you say?
But
It's all been said.
If I could choose a guy, I would like to play
Jurgen Klopp.
under probably Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
Just the camaraderie and
100%. But, yeah, looking at the other clubs, there's a lot of... Like, I always feel like... what's his name? That coached Brighton, Chris Hughton.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's gone now. Right, Brighton's got a new coach, I think. But he always gets hard done by, you know, with what he does. He brought up, who did he bring up at one point? Newcastle. Brought up Newcastle back into the Premier League, and then immediately they got rid of him and put someone else in charge, you know. And then they got relegated again.
Yeah.
Or some shit. And he did well with Fulham back in the day. So there's a lot of Oaks out there that I dig.
Yeah.
But like I like Eddie Howe, Sean Dyche, and obviously Klopp. Klopp is... Hij man zijn hart klopt recht.
And Alex Ferguson, what's your opinion?
I think massive respect for what he did with players that weren't necessarily the most talented players in the world. Like, I mean, here and there he had like very gifted Oaks in his team, but for the most part they were hard-working, disciplined players that followed his strategy to a T, you know, and he made what essentially were, you know, average and here and there special Oaks players win consistently win leagues and shit. So I mean,
but I don't like the guy for some reason.
Of course not. Look at him, fucking Ferguson. Fergie time's still a thing.
Fucking does.
What did they in South Africa do? Didn't he do some fucked up shit in South Africa at one point?
Well, what do you mean fucked up shit?
I don't know. Either like his daughter's married to a South African, that's fucked up. Or he had a fling with some South African bird when he was down here at some point. I don't know.
Ek weet nie.
Yeah.
Dink jy
Clutching at straws.
Dink jy daai bra boos baie?
Look, yeah, Roy Gesigs is dead. It's like, it's only one thing, really. The dop.
Dude, and last thing we're going to finish on, because you always ask me to join and I never do it. What's the fantasy football? Are you guys doing it again?
Yeah.
Who wins this normally?
The last 2 seasons in a row, my buddy Raul, who bride with me earlier, he's taken it.
And before
I'll
that...
tell you who never wins.
Yeah.
Chris Holden.
Why not?
Because that's the name of the league. Will Chris ever win? And we make sure he doesn't.
Who's good at that game?
Chris is good, given the fact he's never won. You know, like he puts enough effort in. Raul's obviously solid. Nico, Johnny, Nick, they're all always up and around the top there. Mark Jones flirts with danger at the top. Simon Malabo.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then where you finish?
Ach, bro. If I'm lucky, top 10, bro. Yeah. And there's only 10 of us in the league.
And what do you win?
Probably just bragging rights. It's like a derby.
But what, do you have to watch all the games to be able to play that well?
You don't have to watch all the games, but like you've got to make a team every week before a game week starts. You've got to make your team.
But how do you select that?
There's an app with everything.
No, but I mean not that. Like, how do you know who to choose?
Well,
that's why watching everything.
That's why I haven't won yet. Yeah, you got to do a lot of like looking at stats if you want to be a winner, like Raul. twice in a row, and he's a winner. Like he's always checking all the stats. I mean, you can ask him. I almost brought him along, just for stat value. Just put him in the corner there so he would have told us who all these oaks were. We couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But they've got like a scout who tips oaks to do well next week. You follow that. It's also about like managing like cheap players who then might do well. If they do well, then their value goes up. So you actually end up building yourself a team value, so that at the end of the league or at the end of the season, towards the end, you can afford all the expensive players who are on form and scoring you points, and then sort of push on. So it's not all about just selecting who's going to do well next week.
Yeah,
it's about managing the budget that you've got and stuff like that.
Before I forget, he's got a few questions here. Mr. Mark Jones, shout out to Tennessee, I think.
Nashville, maybe.
Is the English Premier League the best in the world, and if so, why?
Yes, because I feel like any team can beat any team on any day. That rings true in the Premier League. Like I don't think Barcelona's nervous to play against fucking Getafe or whoever week in, week out. You know, whereas every game, no matter what kind of form you're in, is quite there's question marks.
Would you agree? English Premier League best league in the world, but not necessarily the best team in Europe specifically. If you see how the other teams consistently do better than us,
except maybe for last season, where
but that's a once-off.
So maybe for last season it was the best. But we had the best teams as well.
Yeah,
Pep Guardiola's Man City right now is gonna give anyone a fucking run for their money. So, but I mean, for the last 5 to 10 years, it has. We've been maybe the better league to watch as a league, but not with the best teams.
You just never know what's going to happen. Like if like Bournemouth fucking gets a draw, or if they beat you, then like it
happens. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Whereas if Madrid loses against Levante or something, it's like the world's biggest shock.
They fire the manager.
Okay, second one. Who will be top scorer this season? Sterling's got 3 already. Aguero, Kane.
Harry Kane.
Aubameyang.
I think they will rotate Man City's front three too often.
Yeah, so Jesus, Aguero.
But you never know, bro. Like, I think if Sterling gets enough games, then he's got a chance. It's Salah, Kane, Aubameyang, because shit as we are, he's going to score goals.
He did well last year. Before I forget, what's your opinion on United selling Lukaku? Because I rated that guy so much when he was at Everton.
I don't think he was suited to Man U, bro. I don't think he...
Because I rate him as a player. I just don't understand
playing
it.
a style that suited him.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what style that is that's going to suit him. But I don't think he fit in properly at United.
But do you think at Everton they built a whole game around just fucking get the ball to Lukaku and...
Yeah, and he made shit happen then.
Because if you look at his stats, most goals for a player at the age of 24, like he's also like Michael Owen and a few of those type of... Rooney is above him. Like he's, I think, number 4.
Yeah.
Fuck off to Inter Milan. It's so weird for me. But he'll probably do well there.
I hope he does. I've always smarked him.
Will we ever see another Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger? You know what's funny? He wrote here Sir Alex Ferguson, and they always say Sir Alex Ferguson. I fucking refuse to call him Sir. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger. Will we see another
era like that? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here with old Jurgen Klopp with Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think
Simeone might do that at Atletico.
Yeah,
I have a feeling like he's quite keen to be there for another 10 years if he can. If they can at least buy a few players and compete, I think he might be able to do that. But no one in the Premier League, I think, will...
I think if Jurgen Klopp consistently does well, they'll keep him on. And if he's willing to stay and doesn't get over it and pick a new challenge or some shit, Otherwise, the closest to that would be maybe Pochettino, but the way he got
What,
out
at
of
Tottenham? He won for a fuck stay at Tottenham.
Yeah, but like unless they start winning shit, and even if they do, then they're really gonna come calling for him. You know, bigger clubs and whatnot. So I think that era has come and gone. I don't think it's gonna happen again where somebody stays at a club for that long.
Because any South American, I think, grew up where it's like the ultimate team is either Barca or Madrid. So the day they come knocking, you going.
Yeah.
So that's like, I think with Pochettino, like inevitably, if either calls him, it's like, I'm going there. Why do you support Arsenal?
I told you that one already.
I love how you. I asked you a few years ago, like, so what do you think of Man City? Fucking beautiful at the moment, and will you ever change supporting Arsenal if they continue? And I think your response was, well, I'm not a soulless motherfucker, or something like that. It's like,
what does that mean? Does it mean I will change?
No, it just means like you're not going to sell your soul for another club.
No, I've already sold it for the wrong fucking
Why
club.
do you think Bafana has not won the African Cup of Nations in 20 years?
Sorry. No idea, bro. I don't want to go there.
No?
No. I'm a fucking Arsenal supporter. I'm a VP supporter.
Are you?
I'm a Proteas supporter.
Do you like rugby?
Yeah, I like rugby.
Is it?
When I don't watch the VP. You know, like, I support all these teams that just, like, disappoint you all the time.
Yeah. Do you like cricket?
Ja, man. Dis my gees. En kyk, ek so... Kom ons begin nou die cricket podcast. Dit cricket is alles for pajama cricket.
Een enkel loopie aan die bykant. Dude, who's bigger chokers? Arsenal or the Proteas?
Proteas.
Biggest choking team in the world?
Oh, maybe.
Dude,
I
what
mean,
the
I can't
fuck
speak
happened
for, like,
at the
ice
World
hockey
Cup?
teams and shit like that. But
Yeah, but what happened at the World Cup, man?
Same shit that happens every time, bro.
But what
like,
is that?
I don't know, man. It's this complacency and this no fight, no gees, no BMT. It's, I don't know, bro. It's also the pressure we put on them.
I don't think so. No.
Also, I don't think our coach is right. It's changed now, though. Huh?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't
Toets
know.
cricket is alles. I'll be there. The New Year's test. Fuck hierdie pajama kak.
Do you like Ashes?
Yeah, I've been watching.
What do you think of England winning the World Cup?
I don't much care for pajama cricket, bro. Like, it didn't
Don't
matter
give a
to me.
fuck.
It was entertainment to watch cricket.
Yeah. But it is a dying sport, you know that. And I don't think it will ever get back to where it was.
I don't care as long as they keep playing fucking Toets cricket and I can go watch that. Bro.
I love watching
I don't
Test
care how many
cricket
other people
and
are there
seeing
watching it.
5 people in the stand that paid their fucking 400 rand
Just
for the
means
5 days.
I don't have to go and wait in a queue for my fucking beer.
Dude,
Yeah, I just want to see Vernon Philander, line and length.
who's your favorite Protea?
Jesus.
Dude, Dale Steyn just retired, and I'm like, that's another disappointment for me. Like, I thought he was going to fucking smash all the records, but again, injuries.
Steldane. Favorite Protea, Quinn de Kok. Or Vernon.
Philander.
Yeah, I like that. Philander.
Dude, I think when he started, like, he did a few drop catches and stuff.
Yeah,
so
man,
whenever
they
we
hated
played,
on him.
whenever I played cricket in the nets or something, and if you had a drop catch, you'll be like, you're pulling a Philander.
Yeah,
but now the guys are quality.
yeah, that was the problem. He should have been holding the ball and delivering it, not fucking standing there trying to catch it.
And then die fucking knickknacks man by Arsenal.
Daar's twee van hulle nou, bro. Wat
Daar's
sien?
fucking 3. Dis hy El
El
Nene,
Nene, Glenn
Louis,
Doozy, David Louis.
ja,
What
3
are we
fucking
doing?
knickknacks ouens wat kan weggaan.
What are we doing?
I think because Jones is a Chelsea guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Please take him back, and we'll give you David Luiz and Xhaka free. Take
El
him.
Nene.
And
Give
El
me-
Nene.
El Nene and Gendouzi if you take back David Luiz.
And we'll throw in Ozil.
you can start a boy band with him.
Kolasinac will be the bouncer.
Yes. What are they? Fucking sideshow bobs.
Any departing comments?
It's tough. I want to say some horrible shit, but I'm not gonna.
You seem to be very prim and proper here, like within yourself. You don't want to say bad shit. I don't care, dude.
We've said enough bad shit, only about Arsenal. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this has actually been a super depressing podcast. So anyone that's actually still listening, well done. You probably feeling a massive downer right now.
Sorry.
But yeah, Arsenal is probably But why is it so difficult? Because we won so much? Because we were so great?
Oh, because we went through glory days, bro.
I'm always looking at like Liverpool supporters. Listen, their glory days were way better than ours.
Yeah.
But they aren't as negative as we are. Like they still have an essence of something.
Not right now, but remember 10 years ago, bro, when like their glory days had come and gone and they'd been hoping to come fucking back. Where were the Liverpool supporters then? They were few and far between. Here and there you'd find a proud Liverpool supporter tell you. But they've crawled out of the woodwork in the last 4 years. Because they...
Do you think they were equally as negative as what we are?
Maybe worse, bro, because their success that they were missing was a lot more than ours. And the period that they went without it, after having had it, was longer than what we've gone through.
Yeah.
So I reckon so, yeah. And that's why they're still brunting for that Premier League trophy. Like, I'm even brunting for them because I can see the hurt in my pups' fucking eyes when they end like a point or two behind fucking Man City.
Dude, that's such tough luck.
Yeah, bro. And I can't see and say, whoa.
But that's still not as tough as the few seasons ago where the Gerrard slip. Like, you know what irritates me about that is like, the Gerrard slip didn't cost you the Premier League. I think it was the game against fucking Crystal Palace or something where you were 3-0 up at halftime. And then that was the fucking game.
But that Gerrard slip is a moment like Company's fucking screamer last season. It's those kind of moments at that crunch time in the league. Like, because you can look back to the first game and blame a draw that you had in the first game on some shit that happened. But at the end of the day, when all the pressure's on in those last few games and those little fucking moments happen, that's the one that defines it for you. You know?
No, I know. It's... And you say Arsenal's was when the physio left.
That Gary Lewin. I'm coming for you, bro.
What's his brother's name?
Cousin. Colin. Fuck.
Let's finish on that. Oh, yeah. Okay, dude. Thanks.
Thank you, Merv.
I feel actually a little bit bummed out. I'm like, I don't know why I did this. Because
you wanted this.
You face reality.
You're an Arsenal fan. Who the fuck wants to sit and talk for an hour about fucking Arsenal?
I was thinking of maybe getting Hoblin on, talk about Man U.
Oh, well... Why
would we want to do that?
Would you do that?
Because he's quite he's a very down to earth guy, and he doesn't put it out there like he's not
but
your
you're
standard
still talking
Man U.
about Man U.
Yeah,
and he is pretty standard asshole Man U fan.
But it's the podcast. You have to give the other side also an opportunity.
Okay.
For fairness sake.
Yeah.
So you can have his rebuttal.
A rebuttal. Please, I'm not going to listen to it, but like,
I think,
tell me about it.
But do you think Man United supporters are more bummed out than what we are at the moment?
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Because
look at their last 6 seasons.
Yeah, but it's also more recent, their success.
Okay.
And they're looking like they might just play football this season.
Do you think they'll do... Do you think the whole Arsenal and Liverpool will happen to United as well, or are they just too rich for that?
I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the solution.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But no, I don't think they will. I think they'll throw enough money at the problem that it will not be as big as our problem. Or Liverpool's.
Yeah. Let's finish there. I don't know.
What do I do with my hands?
I just press this button.